Hello everyone. In the last video, I said you should have some particular doubt on this particular precision, recall, and difference for concept, right? So let's discuss those doubts now. Okay. So the first doubt for you should be when to use this precision and when to use this recall, right? So this is one good doubt that I need to solve, right? So now let's look into this particular doubt. So basically, if we see over here, if we see this particular precision formula, in the denominator we are having false positive, right? And similarly, if we see this recall formula, everything is the same. Like how in precision, how it is there. In the similar manner, we are having true positive over here. And the only thing that is changing over here is false negative. So the only difference between this particular precision and recall is this particular false positive and false negative. So whenever this particular false positives are having higher importance, in such case, we need to go for precision. Okay. And similarly, whenever false negatives are more important, in such case, we need to go for recall metric. Okay. Now let's take some simple example and let's try to understand in that specific examples which one is more important. Okay. So let's see the first example to be spam and not spam. If you are taking this particular spam and not spam case, in this particular case, can you guys tell me what will be my false positive? So basically, what is false positive? False positive means that the model has predicted it as positive and that is not true. Okay. So that means that the model has predicted the mail to be spam. So here what is positive class? Spam is positive class. And what is negative class? Not spam is negative class, right? So the model has predicted the mail to be spam. That means that the model has predicted it as positive. And actually, is it positive? No, right? As it is false positive, that means that actually it is not spam. And similarly, what is false negative? False negative means that the model has predicted it to be not spam, but actually it's spam. Okay, you guys pause this particular video and think for some particular time. Let's say we are building this particular model for software engineers. Okay, so for whom we are building is also really good information, right? So let's say we are building it for software engineers and think which one is a bigger problem for this particular software engineers, whether this false positive or false negative. Okay, so pause the video, think for some time and comment down your answer in the comment section. Okay, so in case of spam and not spam, basically if we see false positives, how it is impacting one software engineer, let's see. Okay, so false positive means that the model is predicting some legit mail to be spam, right? So that is what it is doing. That means that, let's say, like there is some meeting link sent by some manager. Okay, so that manager has sent to all the team members, right? Now what these team members will be doing, all these team members will be joining in time, but this guy's like mail went to some spam box. Now what manager will say, he'll ask you why you didn't attend this session, right? Or why you didn't attend this meeting. And if he says it went into spam box and all, he'll not believe, right? So he'll say, or he'll praise him for half an hour, then he'll ask him to do some other work, right? So this is what will happen if this happens, right? And similarly, if we think of false negative, that means that some spam mail came into our inbox. Okay, some software engineers inbox, some spam mail came. Then what will happen? Then let's say some lottery mail came into our inbox. Then we'll see like I got some 10 crores and I'll dream for some 5-10 minutes like I am buying some cars, BMW, Audi, Bugatti, all these cars, and like that I'll waste for 1 hour and I'll come back. So in these two cases, which one is bigger problem according to you? So obviously false positive, right? Because meetings are more important. That's why we need to consider false positives more. And in which formula false positive is considered? That is precision. So for this particular example, precision is more important, right? So precision is more important in case of spam and not spam. It's very specific to software engineers. Okay. So if you are thinking of general audience, in general audience we might have both software engineers and also normal people. So for normal people like uneducated people, if they see some lottery mails, they might pay some money and they might lose money, right? So for them, both false positives and negatives are also important. In such case, there should be balance between this false positive and false negative. In order to do that, we have some metric called as F1 score, and we can go for that. So in such case, both are equally important, or we don't know which one to care the most. In such case, we can simply go for F1 score. So this is about spam and not spam case. Let's take some other example, that is cancer and no cancer. So here cancer is positive class and no cancer is negative class. So in this particular case, what are false positives? False positive means that the model predicted it as cancer, but actually there is no cancer. So is this a bigger problem? Or let's think of false negative, that is the model has predicted there is no cancer, but actually there is cancer. So in both of these, which one is a bigger problem? Can anyone tell me? So now also pause the video for some time, think of both the scenarios and comment down in the comment section. Okay. So basically, if we think of the first one, that is false positive, that means let's say there is a patient, and for that patient there is no cancer, but he went to doctor, like he asked the doctor, am I having the cancer? Then doctor will say, yes, you're having the cancer. Then what will happen? He'll get heart attack and he'll die, right? So that is what will happen. Let's think of second scenario, that is false negative case. In that case, like the model is predicting it as not cancer. So when he asked the doctor, like, am I having the cancer? He'll say, no, you are not, you're absolutely fine. Then what this guy will do? He'll do partying for 3 months and finally on one day he'll die. So this is what happens in second case, or the false negative case. Whereas in case of false positive case, is he'll die immediately, right? So basically this is very unlikely, right? Getting heart attack. So in general, what will happen? He'll go to some second doctor and he'll ask him again, so am I having really cancer? Or he'll go for further scanning process and all, and he'll finally get to know that he is not having cancer. So in these two cases, false negative is more important, because if doctor is saying that he's not having cancer, then he'll think that I'm not having cancer and he'll enjoy. So that's why this is really, really important in this case. And whenever false negatives are more important, in recall, if you observe, false negatives are considered. That's why. So recall is a good metric in this case. Okay. Like that, we need to go for either precision or we need to go for either recall. So based on observing this false positives and false negatives, I hope the first doubt is clear. Maybe in the next video, we'll see about the second doubt. And if you got any other doubt, please comment down in the comment section. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.